Hello and welcome. The live recording begins. We are doing the light side Jedi Knight version of Chapter 13, Profit and Plunder. It is my second time doing this, since the first run on Tuesday, the very moment when the servers went up, and I'm eager to experience the light side version, even though I don't think there will be too many light side versus dark side decisions, unless something that I've done in the past really reflects seriously on what's going to happen tonight. The most important decision in the end of the chapter is most likely going to be taken very lightly because you know VULKK is a good guy. I mean, this VULKK on your screen, not the VULKK behind the mic. Let's begin. We've got chapter 13, Profit and Plunder, and we also have a quest. Now, unfortunately, I can't really start it from the very beginning, but we haven't missed anything. It's just that as soon as I landed in Odessan for whatever else I planned to do there, the chapter automatically attempted to start for me. That's unpleasant, as now we have a play button, and I don't know why BioWare decides to do these things. But anyway, Lana Benico and your commanders have updated about the progress of your operation on Zaku. Speak to Lana Benico in the war room on Odessan, and we begin the chapter.
Still no word from Major Jorgen or Kaleo?
Everything within a kilometer of the spire has been locked down. No signal gets in or out of that zone.
I warned you that Gemini frequency mission was dangerous. If they're alive, it won't be for much longer.
The gravestone could take the enemy by surprise. Buy me enough time to get our people out of the spire.
Whoa. We can't throw the gravestone into the fire unless we know they're alive to rescue.
Too much remains unknown, and the enemy has had time to prepare its defense. We cannot risk any rescue operation.
I'll alert you the moment I hear anything, but until then, we're just wasting time here.
We could all use a break to regroup. That includes you, Theron.
I'm too tired to argue. Oh, almost forgot. Hylo Viz asked to see you, Commander. Wouldn't say why, but it sounded important.
I was debating with myself whether I should use the background music, but considering that the first playthrough from Tuesday has been up and online for almost 2 days now, and Sony didn't claim any part of it, I think it's better to risk it yet again and enjoy the game properly and fully with the sound.
Hey, Commander, got a sec?
What's on your mind?
We're doing our best to keep the supply lines running, but most of the people I deal with aren't exactly philanthropists. We can't keep running this thing on goodwill and borrowed credits.
Who are we accepting money from?
Better if you don't know, but I'd really prefer not to be living off their kind of debt. But look, I didn't just come here with complaints. I know a guy with a habit of showing up when someone's in need. He's reached out with an offer we can't really refuse, much as I might want to. You should meet him.
So he's what? A loan shark?
No, just a liar. And a cheat. And a thief. The only thing to trust about him is that he can do what he promises. Hear him out. Come on.
Well, this has been an interesting diversion, but I think it's time to wrap things up. I call.
Come on, Lana. Now? I fold.
So soon? Must be quite a hand. Let's see it.
You discarded every chance you got and never locked a card the whole round. The odds are astronomical. You cheated.
Yeah, even if I did. You sure the old boss of Sith intelligence wants to admit some shifty alien got the better of her?
Wasted no time turning the card table into a graveyard.
It's my preferred method of execution.
Commander, the most untrustworthy scoundrel I know. Untrustworthy scoundrel, the Commander.
She never was big on formalities. Galt Renault, at your service.
Hello, Galt. I hear you have an offer for me.
The Eternal Empire spent the last 5 years pillaging every world in the known galaxy. Now, how'd you like to turn all that plundering into a profit for you and yours?
I'm listening.
I happen to know where they're keeping all that ill-gotten gain. Better yet, I've got a surefire plan to steal it right out from under their noses. I just need the help of a few talented, tough customers to see it through.
And my alliance is the perfect place for recruitment.
I've already picked out the ones we'll need. Ever heard of the Gilded Star? I'll stop you there. You haven't. It's one of the Eternal Empire's most tightly guarded secrets. A floating treasury circling the depths of a massive gas giant. The ship and the buried treasure all wrapped up into one neat little package. Well, maybe not little. By my estimation, it's the greatest sum of wealth gathered in one place since the Hutt Empire was a thing. So, you in?
I'm in.
When you're ready to get this show on the road, we'll be heading to Vanden to lay some groundwork. Looking forward to this, partner.
This chapter has very long cinematics. I'm keeping quiet during these times, guys. That's why I'm not answering the question at the moment, but give me a few moments and I'll jump in the conversation. I can very easily remove my voice after that, but I expect there would be a few of you watching this version, not just a cinematic collection of cutscenes that I'm about to probably publish later tonight or tomorrow. So that's why I'm actually trying to keep quiet during the first few playthroughs of the new chapters in the beginning of each month. Let's finish the cutscene and we'll talk about the character leveling and things like that.
There she is, Vanden. Mind the ledges when you're walking around unless you fancy a death by scenic view.
You haven't mentioned why we're here.
Giant barge, full of money. Is this ringing any bells? It's out there somewhere, swimming below sight and scan range. Something about the magnetism here plays havoc with sensors and cheap fillings. Bottom line is, we'll never find the Gilded Star out there, which is all the more reason to get our preparations underway. Such as picking up the last member of our illustrious crew.
How many people are we going to need?
Half a dozen, give or take. This is the last one unaccounted for. You should be in a warehouse not far from the dockyards. I'll point out the place when I see it.
And we are now on the new planet. We're about to meet the last member of Galt's crew, you know, that crazy person, but I'm not giving away the details before we actually see it yet, for those of you who haven't seen it. Martinez, I think your question or questions actually provoke for a much larger discussion than what I would be able to do now. Basically, regardless of how level your character is, you can do any kind of a quest and your experience will always be boosted according to your level because of the level sync. So it doesn't matter what planet you're doing. My suggestion is to follow the main quest line, which is the purple quest, the purple colored quests in your quest log. This is the best because you will see the main story. You will miss a lot from the side stories, but that can be forgiven, or you can always redo those things later on if you really wish to explore all of the side things. Most of them are actually very entertaining and useful. Of course, attached to that advice would be to be a subscriber. Right now, it's very, very profitable to be a subscriber because of the double XP and all the other boosts. No, you don't have to be a subscriber to level up, but you're missing on a shitloads of bonuses and special perks. So if you enjoy the game enough, and if you're not a subscriber but can afford it, my advice is just pay a subscription for this 1 month and enjoy all of the promotions throughout May. Plus, of course, you gain access to all the story content up to 65 and including Fallen Empire up to date, Chapter 13.
So, this plan I mentioned, it's going to take the best identity forger this side of the galaxy to pull off. Problem is, he's been in hiding, specifically in that, for a long time. He probably won't be too thrilled to have visitors, especially not visitors who had his safe house shipped a few thousand parsecs unannounced. Be on your toes.
What makes you think he'll cooperate?
Oh, he'll come around.
Dretcher, is it? They always say retirement's a good time to travel. Why don't you come and check out the new scenery?
Tiresias, you've got a lot of nerve showing your ugly mug to me again.
Tiresias?
Just a name I carried around for a while, no use to anybody now. I think you've got me confused for someone else, friend. Name's Galt Renault. Got a business proposition I think you'll want to hear about.
You can't play dumb with me, Ty. I know that face better than you do.
Galt tells me you're the best identity forger in the business. We could use you.
I've had enough of helping that fraud fake his own death. This time, it's gonna stick. A little gift for your hospitality. You can mail order just about anything these days.
While we're doing these endless waves of stupid little droids, let's continue with the second part of the question. What do you do when you have a character leveled up already? Regardless of what kind of a gear you have, you can always do story mode operations and flashpoints, or if you have a nice group or a guild, I would advise you to attempt to do hard modes. They are not very challenging and they are very, very forgiving if the group is experienced. You can just do them with very, very low tier of gear. Not all of them, of course. Some of the operations, and specifically some of the bosses inside the operations, are challenging. But then again, if you're the one new person in the group, everybody else can help and, I'm sorry to say it, carry you around. Which is not a bad thing necessarily, of course. You don't really have a choice when you're the only person who has never done it before. Why do I pull the warning from this? About the subscription, I meant that it's a good idea to be a subscriber right now. Right today. You're already late. The promotion with the double XP ends on 10th of May. So you have only a few days. You can of course subscribe before or after that. You will still benefit from the subscription, but what's related to the leveling, quick leveling, is really about the double XP.
Still can't roll with the punches. You perfectionist types never learn. There's no such thing as a sure thing.
Why are we trying to recruit someone who wants to kill you?
He's the one with the crutch. After I made that body double, he went and swindled half of Nar Shaddaa in my name.
Because Dretcher is literally the only one I trust to pull this off.
It's taken everything I know to stay hidden in this little prison. Every time I start to think I can leave, someone snitches on my new identities.
That true?
So maybe I encourage Dretcher's early retirement. This little box is cozier than a coffin and a better place to reflect on how stupid trying to blackmail me was. But hey, ancient history, am I right? I'm more than willing to forget about our past disagreements if you do one more job for me.
I gotta help you again.
Listen, Dretcher, I don't know how much you know about life on the outside these days, but it's bad.
If you want there to be something left to look forward to when you come out, I need your help.
And if you think it's hard to live under the scanners now, just wait until the Eternal Empires fully stake their claim on the galaxy.
Fine. I'll do the stupid job.
Sit tight, Dretch, and get reacquainted with the concept of hygiene. We've got one more stop to make before we get to the fun part.
Zav, don't overdo it. People will think I'm actually paying you to do these things for me. Especially when they see you have a mod icon. Thank you anyway. Identity slicers. Shall we read this? When the scum of the galaxy need a solid escape, they place themselves in the capable but expensive hands of an identity slicer. Creative, intelligent, and resourceful, these forgers can alter the identity of anyone with enough credits. A skilled ID slicer can even modify generic code itself. Such precision takes years to master. Many consider themselves artists and scientists, albeit unconventional ones. Since identity slicing is highly illegal, forgers are notoriously reclusive. Isolation from the outside world causes personality quirks that can sometimes develop into mental imbalance. The most notable example was Dallin Raid, a veteran forger who, after 12 years of isolation, began constructing dozens of replicas of HoloNet singer Vila Zal, whatever, using local wildfire. Apparently she was famous. Raid was finally caught when he used the clones to hold an impromptu concert on Tatooine. Well, I'm reading this for the second time, and I'm still struggling with the names. And of course with another word here and there. You don't work for VULKK, no. Barely VULKK works for VULKK. I saw a comment I wanted to answer. Where the hell was it? Oh, I wish I was rich in cartel credits. You don't need to be rich. The rich part in the game is here, the story. It does help looking cool.
Punctual, gentlemen. Glad you could make it all this way. No trouble acquiring my little request, I take?
It's here. You got our money?
Of course, friend, but I'd be remiss if I didn't ask to see the goods first.
I love that part about the talking bomb.
Satisfied?
I think you need to tell me more about this plan.
We're getting to that part just as soon as we're finished here.
You got our money?
About that, I was really thinking we should renegotiate the price. You know, seeing as I don't need the whole missile. Yeah, I thought you might feel that way.
Launch sequence initiated. Target acquired. Total atomic dispersal in T-minus 1 minute.
You son of a... Make it stop!
Nah.
Are you insane?
Not while I'm negotiating.
T-minus 55 seconds. Warhead primed. Suffering index set to maximum.
You're gonna pay for this!
Suckers.
Abort sequence aborted. No stopping me now.
Ah, what did she do to this thing? Come on, it's not responding.
Are there any circuits you could cut?
Oh, sure, dozens. Got any ideas which ones?
Tampering detected. Emergency detonation in 5 seconds. Nice try, jerks.
Now, I cannot tell if she did a terrible job rewiring this or too good a one.
3. Oh, so close. 2. I can't wait. 1.
Kaboom! That was great!
Ha, ha.
Come on, that was pretty good. Admit it.
As pranks go, high marks.
Don't encourage her. Allow me to introduce my partner, Vet. She has a habit of getting where she's not wanted. Like on your nerves, for instance. Did you get the warhead, or were you too busy practicing your lines?
Yes, I got it. Grumpy pants.
Though I guess those lizard brains will have figured out nothing's exploded by now. I'll see if I can't distract them.
Time to make ourselves scarce. We'll see you back at the hideout.
Toodles!
Well, Vet is back with us. She didn't say anything nearly interesting enough to the Jedi Knight character before her because she's never met him. VULKK is on the red eclipse, and currently this is the red eclipse. If by these two, and hi by the way, mate. Hi Sidious. If by these two you mean Gold and Vet, yep. I think BioWare did a very good decision combining them in the same chapter. But still, the best part of this chapter 13 is the ending. I've just noticed yesterday that BioWare spoiled it a little bit in the presentation with the text block on the official website. Oh, well, you're the first one to ask why there is no cam today. This is new story. I'm using this video footage, cutting out my voice because I'm recording the audio in different layers, thank God for OBS and powerful hardware. And I will be publishing highlights and cinematic cutscene collection from this chapter. That's why I don't want the chat and camera to be here, because it's not gonna be a fun experience. And another thing from the previous cutscene, I just love the lizard monkey, but I have a feeling that they're making it uglier and uglier with every new patch and update. What exactly is so wrong? I don't know why it needs to be with less and less... the hell? Pixels. Every time it appears in a new form, it just seems to be more and more simple. What the hell? Where was the third one? Did I miss something here? I don't think so.
You might try ducking next time.
Okay, that's the bonus quest, but I'm actually looking for the droid. Well, while I'm looking left and right, I might as well clear the things off. Hey, loader. Can I get a piece of that loot? No? Alright. Huh. I thought I killed that one. Well, I know that's a bug with the lightsabers being on while I'm riding a mount, but it looks so cool. And it happens a lot less frequently than before. Damn it. I missed the frontal cool picture where I was actually cutting my own head. There you are. I had a feeling you would be on this corner. I don't know why I decided to explore the other two areas first. Plus the purple icon suggests that it's actually here in this section. I do remember quite a few times this thing being bugged, so I never completely trust what the quest icon on the map says. Well, to me the coolest thing is not the mounts. I don't know what's the coolest thing actually. It's an interesting question. What is the coolest thing in the game for the other, for the rest of you guys? What do you think? Give me tips so I can choose for myself.
I might try ducking
If I say the
next time.
story, it's probably be a little bit of banal, boring. I didn't even check what build I'm playing with VULKK today. Let's do that now. AoE build, not bad. And then I have to collect 3 more of these. Let's see, that's the first. If I have to pick an item, yep, definitely for a mount, my favorite, and not just mine, is the Wings of the Architect mount. And as far as weapons go, absolutely the one I'm using right now, the Unstable Arbiter's Lightsaber. That's droid number 2. Where is the third one? Kefes. Okay, the best thing about the game is Kefes. Thank you for helping me make my pick. Yeah, it's absolutely valid. Plus, Kefes is everywhere in the whole game. You can never escape him. I know it doesn't matter, but it can still boost the trash moments. Trash clearing moments like this one.
I might try ducking next time.
We don't duck, we take the damage, dude. This is actually, I believe, a related line that he says when he's in healing mode. I doubt he will say you might want to try ducking next time if he's not a healer. Might try ducking next time. Nice. A nice little detail that I've probably skipped on Tuesday. Or maybe he never said it. And let's have a conversation with my trusty alliance. And the crazy guy among them. Which for a change is not me.
If you're still wondering why you're here, it isn't to check out the Tabana gas bars. There's a stealth cruiser loaded with more precious metals than a Hutt's taste in art hiding down in the lower atmosphere, and it's about to come up for air.
And while the Gilded Star is roosting at the Skyhook for its annual resupply, we're going to rob it blind.
How do you even know about that?
A little bird told us. I speak stool pigeon.
Even if you do know where it's going to be, it's got a full military complement on board, and a vault that could survive the ship being reduced to atoms.
Most people would consider it impregnable, but we aren't most people, are we, Senya?
You do seem to know a lot about our target.
Yes, well, I should. Overseeing the Gilded Star was among my duties when I still served Valkorion.
Then you are privy to its operational protocols.
I doubt they're still the same.
You don't have to run the thing. Just get Scorpio to the ship's control center.
There's no way we could infiltrate that far into the ship undetected.
Oh, maybe, maybe not, but I'm pretty sure High Justice Valen can go wherever she pleases.
You're gonna have Senya pose as Valen.
We've got the best identity doctor this side of the galaxy, and as close to a genetic match as we're gonna get.
I could never match Valen's gene sequence like that. Although, maybe simulating data corruption in her ID.
And create enough doubt to bluff her way through. Dear old mom can manage that, right? Once Valen and her attaché droid are on board, they head to the bridge, seize control of the ship, and allow the rest of us to do our parts.
Like cracking the vault. It isn't controlled by the network, so I've got to get into the guts of the ship to reach the mechanism. I'll need your help.
Meanwhile, Lana and Koth will bridge airlocks with a tanker transport I've secured for the goods.
How are we going to carry an entire treasury's worth of loot out of the vault before anyone catches on?
Oh, we won't be carrying anything out of the vault. That's another story. Remember how Senya mentioned the vault could withstand everything outside being vaporized? The same applies to what we're setting off inside.
The warhead.
Exactly. I'll be pulling up the rear with a disintegration bomb. Once it's done its job, we pump the atmosphere into the waiting tanker and make our escape.
What's the exit strategy?
Once that sucker explodes, the crew's going to notice. Everybody's just going to have to hightail it to the transport before they catch on.
Now, since we've got less than a day before the Gilded Star rolls into port, I'd suggest everybody get real familiar with their part.
Meet with Galt near the Skyhook.
I
A
picked
bit
out
more
a discreet
traveling.
vantage point near the skyhook. Better get in position.
We are
This
in
is close
position,
enough.
dude.
And there's the Gilded Star, just like I promised.
I was expecting shinier.
Gold-plated and stealth ship don't exactly line up. Now we just have to hope Mommy Dearest remembers her daughter's birthday.
I can kill you from here, Gold.
Great, really getting into the spirit of your character, at least from what I hear.
Shut up.
We are approaching the checkpoint. No further communications are warranted until the bridge is under our control.
Roger, break a leg, ladies. It's in their hands now. All we've got to do is wait.
Once they open the way for us, all we have to do is get this bomb inside the vault.
Assuming everything goes according to plan. But hey, if something has to go horribly wrong, now's the best time. For us, anyway.
We're not leaving anyone behind, Galt.
Only kidding. I'd never abandon a close personal associate in their time of need.
What about that thing with Kai?
He was an idiot.
True.
I am now in complete control of the Gilded Star's network. I will isolate the vessel's sentinels to the best of this system's ability.
Showtime.
This is a cool wealth. To bring a society from oppressive tribalism into a glorious golden era requires significant funding. When Emperor VULKK began his project, he funded wealth from the Sith Empire into Jakku, effectively robbing one empire to fund another. As VULKK's grand society blossomed, the Eternal Empire turned its view outward, conquering planets and claiming their resources. By the time the Republic and the Sith Empire fell, Jakku had amassed the greatest fortune in the galaxy. Much of it is channeled directly into the cool expansion of the Eternal Fleet. Lavish updates to the Spire, generous gifts to the citizens, but the Empire's treasure is so great, it couldn't possibly be spent entirely. The bulk now sits idle aboard the massive treasury called the Gilded Star, the very same ship we're about to rob, serving as a symbol of the crew's status and a reminder of the Eternal Empire's power. I don't remember in great detail Gaut from before, he seems the same to me. And to answer your question, Daz, first hey. His lips don't move when he speaks here outside of the conversations. Yep, I don't know if you were here on Tuesday, mate, but I've noticed that during the first playthrough. I don't know if it happens all the time. So to the question, is this the best chapter? No. It is a great chapter, but considering how much of a Star Wars junkie I am, I was missing, and I'm still missing, the true Star Wars element in this. My favorite chapter is still the previous one, number 12, by far. This one is absolutely the second best, but it's still far behind number 12. Maybe another reason why this isn't my favorite is because I'm not too much into Vet. I know she's probably the favorite companion of every second Sith warrior player, but mine was the traitor, or Malavai in other words. Simply because of his skills to be a healer, I prefer the healing companion.
All better.
And I forgave him for what he attempted to do to me. It's not like I had a choice. But because of that history, I have a weird feeling that eventually when we get him back through the story, at some point we're gonna have a chance to kill him off. And I wonder how and what decision will I make over there when this choice is presented. Will I kill Malavai, or will I just spare him? Or the other question, will actually BioWare ever allow me to see that companion back? There are so many more who still haven't returned. And I'm actually expecting some of them to never return. For example, on the Holo Terminal, I couldn't get back Sergeant Rusk. I assume he's gonna be dead. But we don't know that yet, it's just a speculation. That's a very, very well made comment, spot on. You forgave him? What kind of a marauder are you?
Oh, here. Help me with this panel.
No? Okay, yes. I'll help you.
Okay, I ought to be able to reach the vault mechanism along this route. Keep clearing a path for Galt, and I'll see you soon.
Really hope they check for Minox.
Are you sure those schematics were scaled in meters? I can hardly move.
My last partner didn't complain nearly this much.
Your last partner was crushed to death.
And never once complained about it.
I think I want to make a highlight of Vet bumping her head here.
You'll feel that later.
It's a funny moment.
What's heavy? Are you in the vault?
Oh no, it's nothing. Nothing. Almost there.
Did you hear that comment? It's never gonna be present in any video you watch on YouTube except when you watch a full playthrough. That's heavy. Do you know what exactly she's talking about? It's the spewy! her favorite and my favorite new assault cannon, which unfortunately I didn't pull out of the hyper crate I opened the other day. Oh, mentioning that video. If you haven't done so yet, check out my 3 videos from Tuesday. They all have 3 different giveaways attached to them, and it's very, very easy to enter the giveaways. You've got time until 11th of May. All you have to do is leave me a relative comment.
Okay, Vet, I'm here.
Just give me a sec.
Time's a factor.
Hey, you want to cut through a foot of cortosis and steel while hanging upside down in a half-meter crawl space? There. Jerk. Try it.
The moment of truth.
No.
I've been rich, filthy rich, but nothing like this. Counting the zeros on a balance sheet can't even compare. There's just something magical about the real thing.
It's not ours yet.
Yet being the operative word. It won't look nearly as impressive in a second, but it'll spend all the same. Do the honors?
To lucrative partnerships.
And the magic's being done.
We're in position. Extending umbilical. Seal is tight. All green.
Airlock disengaged. Awaiting order for depressurization.
Door is open.
Commencing depressurization.
Tank is filling. So far, so good.
It will take approximately 10 minutes, 17 seconds to siphon a space of that volume.
Plenty of time to make our exit.
Spewy.
Let's blow this joint.
I'm sure we've worn out our welcome.
It is unlikely the detonation went unnoticed. After we vacate the bridge, I will no longer be able to maintain a complete lockdown.
See? Perfectly justified acquisition. Come on, I want to try this thing out.
Just scramble the systems as best you can and leg it to the tanker. We'll see you there.
Well, well.
We're at capacity. Scorpio and Senya are on board. What's the situation?
We're keeping them busy on our end, but I don't think we're any closer to reaching you. Scorpio, do you still have any access to the blast doors?
Only through direct input.
Great. Just bug out before anyone notices you buzzing around. We'll take the skyhook back down and meet you at the hideout. Just play it cool. My guardian angel will handle anybody taking an unhealthy interest. Right in the kisser.
Wide stance. Lean in. Whoa! Amazing.
Amazing. Spewy is the weapon she's carrying, just in case you actually don't know and you were confused. It's that big gun, assault cannon on her back.
Why have I never tried one of these before?
You'll feel that later.
Blast, we're getting boxed in. Come on, I think there's one more route we can try.
How you like the taste of your own medicine?
The list's not coming, is it?
Oh no, it's coming. It's just not empty.
Valen. I can sense her presence.
Time for plan B.
What's plan B?
Run and hope for a plan C.
What about the escape pods, or calling back the tanker to pick us up?
Too slow, not to mention it's our only bargaining chip if we get caught, and I'd rather wind up caught than take your other suggestion. We'd never be seen again down in that murk. The skyhook's still the best option. There's just the matter of getting on. We have to go around.
There is no around.
There is out there.
You want us to scale the exterior?
Pretty much. Look, there's no time to stand here arguing, so I recommend lodging your complaints at a steady jog.
It's not so bad. Just don't look down. Or consider your own mortality. Goodbye, Spewy. I'll never forget you.
Well, that was a very short love between them two. And they had to split already. Vet and Spewy, that is. Wrong way, dumbass.
Might try ducking next time.
Nice. You have to remind me, Zav, what line are you speaking of here? What's that line that references an old TV show? That show doesn't tell me anything, so I guess I've never seen it. And hey, Trio. Okay. So it's a line from this show? You think it's really coincidence or maybe on purpose? How did I take so much damage out of nowhere? Hey Galt, are you sure you're healing? Many people are exactly like Leo does, you're very welcome. It's always nice to have people to talk to during the live stream, but for those who cannot make it, it's the easiest thing to re-upload them. And I almost always do. For example, I will not publish the video from the Dread Fortress hard mode yesterday because we actually didn't have time to finish it. So I don't consider that a fun video when it's not full.
Just take a little detour on the way home.
Galt.
Shh. The noise? Just a little windy is all. What plan am I on? I don't, plan C. We're on plan C, all right? Yeah, sounds lovely. Gotta go, see you soon.
Oh, awesome. I love the joke about the plan B and C. I have to find a way to extract those into a highlight to make more people notice it. I'm sure many would have skipped it one way or another. Oh, here comes the most annoying part of this chapter. The fake boss fight. You guys remember? Damn, I hate that moment.
The good news is we can reach the skyhook from here.
And the bad.
If you've got a fear of heights, there will be plenty of time to get over it on the way down.
Now he's shielded and the terror begins. What if I just pull everybody here?
I'm coming.
No, it won't help. Plus, these guys don't spawn at the same time. I wasn't sure if I was killing them too fast or they just actually spawn two after two after two. See? Maybe it's a good thing I have both of them, Vet and Galt, shooting, so this thing could potentially go a little bit faster than usual. But nonetheless, it's boring and stupid decision. The only bad thing about the chapter, this fight right here.
Smooth.
Okay, so remember Plan C?
You never actually got to Plan C, Galt.
Turns out Plan C is jump.
No, it's not difficult by any means.
Mother was here, again. She had the audacity to wear my face.
And a punishment.
Escaped. She knows I won't be bested the next time we meet.
Are empty threats all you've brought for me?
I interrupted their little raid on the treasury. They couldn't have accomplished much in the time they were here. Mother!
They have accomplished much, it seems.
Perfect timing.
I'm not the one who has a problem showing up when I'm supposed to.
Jeez, how long are you planning to hold that over me?
The rest of your life, naturally. Thanks for keeping my worse half out of too much trouble.
It helped that you tempered my expectations accordingly.
Singing my praises again?
The lower octaves.
Anyway, I think we've all had our fill of Vanden, and it's gonna get a lot less hospitable shortly, so shall we?
Let's get our haul back to Odessa.
VULKK doesn't care about the relationship between those two, have you noticed? He pretended there is nothing out there. Plus, it's good to experience different lines in the dialogues. I was definitely surprised to see them being a couple on Tuesday. That's because I lack knowledge and memories from the Bounty Hunter story. Please don't talk about the giveaways. I don't want them to be a focus on any video. They're just outside extra bonus and it's random. I don't pick anybody because I like them. It's a random draw.
There's nothing like coming home from a job well done, especially when you've ruined a huge jerk's day in the process.
Couldn't agree more. Come to think of it, our plan was lacking in one department.
An actual escape route?
It was the scenic route. Can't argue with the view. No, the one thing missing was a way to see the look on Arkan's face when he got the news.
I hope it has an effect on more than his ego.
I wouldn't expect an overnight collapse, but when His Highness's checks start bouncing, it'll shake things up. Count on that. Now, how about we get on with my favorite part and divvy up the loot?
Already taken care of. You, Vet, and Dretch are already paid out. I took the liberty of skimming what you owe me off yours.
Well, take all the fun out of it, why
Samuel
don't you?
Jackson, nice.
Your idea of fun is why your divvying privileges are still revoked.
Just what did you do exactly?
Ran out on me with the biggest score of our careers.
And I regretted it ever since. Well, after the shine wore off. A little older, a little wiser, you know? Okay, maybe a lot older. It was a formative moment. The point is we're on to bigger and better things. Like melting a mint down into an ocean of liquid happiness. Now, however you want to spend your cut is none of my business. But if you want to, say, triple it, I might have a little something in the works.
This money isn't ours. I don't mind taking it from Arkan. But I want nothing to do with it.
It does feel wrong to keep it.
Our goal was to fund the Alliance, not personal gain.
Who says it can't be both? You just need a little ambition.
Or, you know, you could try giving, maybe just once. See what you've been missing. My share's going towards buying back some of the artifacts stolen from my people, freeing slaves, giving Twi'leks a better place in the galaxy.
Honestly, we've got way more than we need for operations. It'd be good to have a plan for the excess.
The noble decision.
I'd like to distribute our surplus back to the worlds Ark plundered. I don't care how.
A fruitless gesture. That wealth will return to the Eternal Empire so long as they remain in power.
People are suffering out there. What are we doing if not trying to help them?
If you are confused, our objective is not to alleviate suffering. It is removing the Eternal Empire from power.
No fools in accounting, and no accounting for fools.
It appears our business is concluded.
Oh, I don't know. I figure you'll be seeing me around. You've got a handy little outfit here. Besides, I wouldn't want Hilo to get lonely.
Huh, as if.
If your alliance happens to need a morale officer, I'm game. Kicking Arkan's butt should require a full-time party planner.
Speaking of parties... This stuff sells for more than most freighters. Grab some glasses and get to know what success tastes like.
Commander, Major Jorgen and Kaleo just landed. They're in the docking bay.
So much for celebrating. Go ahead, we'll be right behind.
The most important decision for this chapter. Can you guys remind me, when did we get the chance to see Kot leaving? When did he leave the Alliance? I think it was chapter 11? Well, obviously he didn't leave in this story, because VULKK is always good to everyone.
Total mission failure. We'll never get another shot at the target because of you. This is what happens when a criminal gets in the way of real soldiers.
You're welcome. Next time I'll let the enemy kill you.
We had them in a corner until you started tossing thermal detonators. I lost 4 good people because of your lack of discipline.
If they were so good, why are they dead?
I don't care what happened on Zakul. Just happy you two made it back in one piece.
A lot of people weren't so lucky. That's on her.
It wasn't a complete loss. I grabbed something on the way out.
My fire team covered you.
Yeah. Point is, we lifted the data core from a security console right outside that hyperwave relay station. It's not the key to the Gemini frequency, but it does contain a massive file archive all about those droids.
I'll put Scorpio to work sifting through the information. See if there's anything to salvage from this fiasco.
There's bound to be something we can use. We're not giving up on eliminating Arkan's fleet.
We won't get a second chance at the hyperwave relay station. We'll just have to hope we find an alternative.
It could have gone much worse, but we can't let this happen again. Kaleo disobeyed a direct order from you when she went after Major Jorgen. In the SIS, she'd be classified as a rogue agent and sanctioned accordingly.
No one needs to be punished. I was supposed to lead the mission. If I had, maybe none of this would have happened.
That's an excellent point. I'm just saying we skip the moping and get back to winning the war.
Remember why we fight. And don't forget this failure. Dismissed.
I'll start with her fingertips and work my way up. Take one knuckle at a time, then her hands.
Do you remember, Mother? Not what she is now. We were the children.
I remember her telling Father I was dangerous. How I had to be controlled. She always hated me.
She never understood us. Oh, Father.
She helped the Outlander steal our pretties. They took everything.
Those things can be replaced.
When all the worlds we've conquered find out what's happened, they'll think we're weak. Test us.
I remain the greatest power the galaxy has ever seen. My enemies know what I'll do to them if they cross me.
Fear is always free.
I will be generous with it.
I thought I had noticed a very weird level of voice in Arkan's speech. He does seem to be speaking in a different tone, in a different manner, as if he's lost his voice shouting at the football players on the yesterday's game or something. Well, that's it. Chapter 13 has now completed. Everything went very smooth and very nice. We did all the light choices. We had absolutely no idea, well, except for that we do, because I've played the dark side and most of you have already played the dark side probably, or you've seen videos and you've heard the rumors, what cool things the dark side brings. Damn, I shouldn't say that, should I? But anyway, playing with the light side, you skip on so many threads and so many tough decisions. Doing the light side options never presents you with a tough decision, at least nothing so far. Can you guys remember from these 13 chapters having to spend a few seconds wondering, should I click 1 or 2? Which one is more scary, more dangerous, more... Okay, for the light side it's probably more beneficial, more helpful. Should I keep the treasure for the Alliance, or should I give it to the people? In both cases, it's a win-win. The Alliance needs it because the Alliance is defending and working and fighting for these people, and the people need it because Zakul is not treating them well. I definitely like that chapter, and I would like to one more time say it. It's not better than 12. I don't know why some folks say that. I've seen it posted on Twitter, and now a couple of you mentioned it or asked during the chat, during the tonight's live stream. I definitely find number 12, chapter 12, to be Visions in the Dark is the name of chapter 12, to be the best one. It is the longest, at least it took me longest to play through it. Yes, I know that I take some pauses and waste time here and there, but it's all included, and I do that in every chapter. It was the longest one. It had the most epic cutscenes. It had the most epic story. There was more dark side and versus light side decision making throughout the whole chapter compared to, I believe, pretty much all the chapters. We had a lot of arguments. We had disasters. We had surprises. We had special characters returning, coming back from the dead. We knew that they aren't dead. We already got the hint in, what was it, chapter 9? I'm speaking of Mar here. But back on topic, Profit and Plunder was a fantastic story, even though it's a little bit too distant from the true Star Wars experience. Because I'm a Star Wars junkie and I don't want to sound like a 15 years old teenager or 10 years old kid, but unless you talk to me about the Force, the lore of the Jedi and the Sith, that's not a true Star Wars story. Once again, for the last time, chapter 13 is a great experience. I really enjoyed it. The dialogues were very interesting and very funny most of the time. The two characters that were introduced were very entertaining. I enjoyed playing with both of them, and I would definitely enjoy having them for as long as the game allows me to have them. There is Vet, and well, I'm sure Galt is here somewhere. Oh, we need a search button for this thing, you know? I've got far too many companions to know what the hell is happening. And here are the special companions for the Jedi Knight that I pulled off from the terminal right here on Odesson. They are not back through the story yet, but I'm really curious to see when and how Scourge is gonna come back. Scourge is one of the most companions for the Jedi Knight story because he does play a very important role in the 3rd chapter, and he has a big part where he's involved in one of the books prior to the release of the game. I don't know if you guys have read the books about Star Wars The Old Republic, but Scourge binds the events between Revan, the imprisonment of Revan, and the Jedi Knight story here in the game. Well, that's it. I think I'm done for tonight. Thank you very much for joining me. I really hope you have enjoyed it, and I'm glad that many of you found the time to stop by for whatever duration you spent during the live show. If you were watching this in the recorded version, thank you for watching an incredibly long video. Very few people do that. And once again, I will see you hopefully tomorrow. I've already scheduled the event for the Trooper playthrough tomorrow. Unless something happens, I should be able to do that. Also, a quick hint for those who haven't left yet. I'm planning to do a new leveling, new character. I'm thinking Bounty Hunter because I felt really bad not knowing the little details about the Bounty Hunter story and its companions. Plus, now I really enjoy having Gold, and I will enjoy even more playing with him in the original story of the game from level 1 to 50. And of course, there is a 2x XP, and I need to benefit from it somehow. That's it. Bye bye, guys. I won't take any more of your time. See you next time.